Hey everybody, how you doing out there? Welcome to week 1, fall 2025, and this is your business communications class. I'm very excited to be teaching this class again. It's been a couple years since I stepped away and they've asked me to come back to teach this class. So this is the video of the week. I'll do one video of the week each week to prepare you for the discussion questions, talk about the assignments, team formation, and so forth. This video is going to run a little longer than most videos because it's a table setting video. It's getting you ready for the term, understanding the class shell, just complete acclimation. They usually run about 15 minutes at most, but I always tell students watch the video first before sending me emails with questions, because over the years I've been able to parse out what most students are going to ask as questions. If your question isn't answered after you watch the video, send me an email at any time. So here's the shell, and this is a landing page. You'll not have a textbook in this class. And in lieu of a textbook, you're going to do discussion questions that are videos for which would be a chapter in a textbook. So think of each discussion question as one chapter in a textbook, and the videos are going to last about 15 minutes at most, also for a discussion question. I'll tell you how to manipulate or manage the discussion questions in just a few minutes. There will be no Zoom session in this class because it's a completely asynchronous class. We will not be meeting at a certain time. I'll do the videos, and then you can do a Zoom session with me if you'd like, especially as teams as we grow throughout the term. I already mentioned posting video. All assignments need to be dropped in the Dropbox. If it's a team assignment, only one person drops the assignment. 2 discussion questions I will mention again. And then this is a 50-50 split class. The first 50% of the class, first 5 weeks, is all individual work. And then when we get in the last 5 weeks, you're going to be working in teams. It's nearly impossible to do anything in business communications if you're not talking to other people. So there is an element of team engagement in this class, and we will navigate that when it comes. Okay, so I will also post announcements here. Now, I timed out, so hold on a second. There are no announcements because we haven't started class yet. I'll be posting videos here, also on the main board. Going back to the main board, here's the syllabus for the class. This covers all the different assignments. All the detail you want is here. So if you ever have a question about an assignment, go back to this space. Also, I post a dashboard. A lot of students like the dashboard because it's at a glance the assignments that are upcoming. Now, 240 points are for discussion questions. Don't take those casually. They're 15 points apiece. Doesn't sound like a lot, but they can add up. And I can't emphasize enough that discussion questions I've chosen for you are critical to helping you complete the assignments. I've tried to curate the best for you. The first assignment, there's 2 for week 1. You've got the video introduction, which I'll go into more detail as well, and the appreciation letter. Okay, going back out. Also have a rubric here. It's very straightforward. What I give an A, B, C, or D for. I call it camera ready work. Would this be something you present to your boss tomorrow? Would this be something you would present to constituents or customers and so forth? And think about that, the camera readiness of your work. Okay, and then also here's my bio. If you want to know me beyond the class, this is the things I've done in industry. I come with a varied past of small business, large business. Also beyond teaching right now, I am a professional development facilitator. I help organizations get management and employees to understand each other. And beyond that, I'm also an entrepreneurism coach. So I'm active in community, trying to stay current with my profession. Okay, now week 1, I try to map this out as easy as possible because I know you have different classes and not all instructors create their shell the same way. So this is my approach. Here's the block of the first week. So if you just follow through the weeks, it's the easiest way to navigate the course. So the first week you have 2 discussion questions I've already aforementioned. So here is when you really listen. One of my favorite videos. You'll watch this video and then you respond to some of the questions I might have for you, and then you can go beyond. But what I'm looking for is a substantive post. Something that is not just I agree with the video. So you just add a discussion topic, post one thread that's authored by you. And then you need to go find 2 peers and see what they posted and respond to them. You need 3 total posts per discussion question for full grade consideration of that discussion question. So if you post 1 original thread here and then 2 follow-ups, you're good. Now if you jump back out and you see Karen Eber, that's the second discussion question. You have 2 per week. Again, you watch the video, original post, and then 2 follow-ups, you're golden. So if you do that with both discussion questions, you will get full grade consideration for the week. Okay, and then you have your video introduction this week. Video introduction is critical because there's some fraud out there where people are signing up for classes, actually bots too, and collecting financial aid money but not in a class. We want to make sure you are actually in the class. So the video helps solidify that. So what you're going to do is create a video, no more than 60 seconds, addressing these questions. It can be on your phone, as simple as that. And then you load it up. It has to be done by Friday of the first week by midnight. If you do not do it, unfortunately, I have to drop you from the class. I don't want to do that. So get that video in. I will remind you a couple times throughout the week also, but get that video in. I don't want to have you leave the class. Okay, what else do we have? We also have an appreciation letter. I try to keep the first assignment for the first week to be pretty easygoing. I want you just to feel comfortable in the class. And appreciation is the number one reason right now why people are leaving jobs. They're not appreciated or recognized for their work. It's really mind-blowing. It's become the number one reason in the last 3 years. And what I want you to do is exercise that muscle. I don't think people intentionally not want to appreciate each other. It's just we get so busy and there's just so much to take care of that it slips off our radar. So I want you to send a letter to someone in your immediate world, professionally, personally, what have you, and appreciate them for the gifts they bring into your life. And when you do this letter, I hope, and it says it here, maybe you send it via email, not email, but send it hard copy in the mail, or you leave it someplace for somebody to read so they have something tangible to look at. And then for the completion of this assignment, I don't want you to give me that letter because that's personal between you and that person. I want you to do a reflective paper right here to complete this assignment. Students will send a 2 to 3 page paper to me telling me who you chose. Of all the people you could choose to send this appreciation, gratitude letter to, who was it and why did you choose that person? The process you went through. Did you struggle? It's fascinating. Whenever I hear back from students, once they're done with this assignment, they say, well, that was harder than I anticipated. Did you sit down? Did you get a little writer's block? Did you approach it like a college written paper and realize, no, this should be more personal? Share that whole process with me. And how did you deliver it to them? Did you actually put it in the mail? Did you text it to them? Probably not the best. People really want to savor those moments. And once you're done, if you've heard back from that person, what was the response? And many of you are going to be pretty amazed by how touched somebody is. Somebody in this room is going to be asked, are you okay? And that's because we don't do it enough. So there's a myriad of things that you might explore. And then finally, students will discuss personal thoughts about appreciation, why does it become a leading cause of employee dissatisfaction, and suggest ways we can improve it. About 2 to 3 pages. That's your first assignment. Pretty easy. And then when we get in the second week, as you can see, also very important. In my classes, if it's an online class, everything starts on Monday, closes on Sunday at midnight. So at Sunday at midnight, these 2 discussion questions will close, never to be touched again. So you got to get your posts in before the end of the week. Hopefully you do it throughout the week so other people have chances to get their responses in. You don't have to do it all in one setting. And then once those two close, these two open. So you have Daniel Goldman talking about emotional intelligence and Jessica talking about prickly people. And then you'll have a pretty robust assignment in week 2, which is emotional intelligence action plan. Don't have to worry about that now, but it's upcoming. One other thing I want to touch on, as I've already mentioned, cruising down here, when we get into week 5, right, week 6, this is where the team element comes into play. Since it's not a all-consuming team class where we're starting in week 2 with teams, you have some time to give me suggestions of who you want to work with. And how most students do this, if you're in an online class, is you watch the trending of posts from your peers in the discussion questions. Maybe there's somebody who really liked what they're giving as a response, how often they respond, how soon do they respond. I will give you the first week, because also by the end of the first week, I would drop all the students who are not going to be in the class. Things sort of gel by that time. You can say, hey, I've noticed Glenn and Sarah, they really participate a lot. I'd like them to be on my team. Make sure you reach out to them before you ask. So you have the power of choice. If you do not choose who's on your team, and the teams will be between 5 and 6 people, then I'm just going to do random draw. And that could be dangerous in an online class, because you want to make sure if you're a producer, you're working with producers. If you cruise back up here, let me see what participants. We have 30 people in this class, or 28. My name's in here as well. So you can see how often people have posted. You can see never for most people because class hasn't started yet. But you'll see how often people access and so forth. So I'd recommend this to be a place also you check out. But by the end of the week, next week, I'll form teams, either by your choice or by my choice. So hopefully you don't do that, and we'll be good to go. Okay, folks, I think I've covered everything I wanted in this video. Again, I'm available, especially the first week, because it's just so crazy. And I look forward to working with you. This is one of my favorite classes. As a professional development facilitator that goes out and works with organizations, the number one reason I find organizations struggle is they don't communicate well with each other. Departments, employee to management, management to consumer. There's a lot of broken communication. So you're in the right class for your futures. Okay, folks, great meeting you out there in the virtual world, and see you soon. Bye.